So it's always in here.
I mean, I can wing it, but.
No, absolutely. I mean, this was one that Michael wrote a while ago, and there's also this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I would make sure we do the pass
and
the
then-
basket.
Right, and then in the order of service, when we take them away, we all say that thing at the end. It's in the service. There's
Okay.
something written on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
I'm a little, I got too much to do before in the
Yeah.
last next
Can I
few
do
minutes.
anything?
You're good.
She's up back, yeah. I say her up back.
Another time. Did you find what you needed?
I did. I'm just finding a place to store it.
So what I'm going to do is Creighton's going to come,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go ding. Where's the dingy? I don't like this ding.
There's no daisy. That's a ding. It's not a ding, but it's not. Or just have it on the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll
Yeah.
do.
It's just in my hand.
I lit the.
Are you staying up here?
I'm gonna stay here because I have the offering soon and read and then go down instead of back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Unless
yeah,
you
yeah.
want.
No, you sit wherever you want
Okay.
to sit. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll scoot over there.
Good morning. Welcome to the Keene Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Deb McClay, and one thing that I like about being part of this community is, to me, it's just one big giant family. I look out there and I'm just filled with love, and you all inspire me to try to be a better person. We are delighted that you are here, whether you are here with us in our beautiful and historic sanctuary or watching us from home on our YouTube live stream. We welcome you here today. Whoever you are, whomever you love, whether you are on life's journey, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. We hope you will find something in our service today that proves useful in your daily life and provides you hope, grace, and energy for the week ahead. If you are new here today or just feel new, we welcome you. And there will be a special announcement for newcomers or feeling new folks towards the end of the service. We also invite you to sign the guest book, which is located on a table right here in the front of the sanctuary, and hope you will join us for coffee and tea in the parish hall right across the hall. Lastly, we welcome all children in our sanctuary. We believe that the sounds that they make are sacred. Your cell phones, however, we appreciate more when they are silenced.
Good morning, everybody. As always, it is an honor to be here with you all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Our opening words today are by Rebecca Savage. Welcome, beloveds, welcome. We come to spiritual community this morning with many hopes in our hearts. The hope for inspiration, the hope for comfort, and the hope for renewal. In this time and space, may inspiration water our thirsty souls. In this time and place, may comfort blossom in the gardens of our hearts and bring us sweet relief. In this time and space, may renewal course through us, as electric as a surge of energy, as serene as a nourishing meal, as contagious as joy, and bring us vitality and rejuvenation. May our time together honor all the hopes we hold within. May our time together bless us with the gifts of inspiration, comfort, and renewal. Let us worship together. And I'd like to invite Deborah Zagajewski to come forward and light our chalice. And you will find our chalice lighting words in your order of service. We light this chalice with an open heart. We light this chalice with resolve. We light this chalice with tears still fresh on our cheeks. We light this chalice in hope, a tiny flame we nurture. We light this chalice with reverence for this place, for this people, for this time. We light this chalice with all our soul's longing to be who we are, to be who we will become, to be ourselves. We light this chalice in self-love, in giving love, in holy love. And please rise and stand as you're able. And we will sing hymn number 298, Wake Now My Senses.
Annie. That's okay. Now that my assistant is here, I would like to welcome any children or anyone who feels young in their hearts or minds to come down and listen to our story today. She's going to be holding the book so you can see the pictures and I can see the words. All right. So this book is called We Are the Builders. Welcome to our community day. Ready to find your role to play? My name is Ramla. I'm your guide. Follow me and stand by my side. So many grown-ups and kids are here. Everyone wants to volunteer. There's plenty to do in our town. Help new friends, plant trees in the ground. The time is now. Let's all play a part. Listen and learn. What moves your heart? We are the builders. We form and forge, construct and fix, improve homes with nails and bricks. See those desks, tables and chairs, good as new with some repairs. We are the caregivers. We comfort, console, soothe, and cheer. Care kits for all, near and dear. Acts of service and words that mend. How can I help, my new friend? We are the frontline responders. We plan and protect. Stay prepared. Storms brewing. Don't be scared. Stock cans of soup, bags of fresh fruit. Gather warm coats, gloves, and boots. We are the disruptors. We declare, demand, demonstrate, call for change. Do not hesitate. Raise your voices, banners and beats, meet and march out on the streets. We are the experimenters. We scan, invent, and improvise, solve hard problems with fresh eyes. What if these used bottles and rags could become backpacks and bags? We are the visionaries. We dream, imagine, and inspire a world that we can all admire. Fresh air, clean water, safe and free, bright futures, that's what we see. We are the weavers. We stitch, we braid, we intertwine common threads, link hearts and minds. When people fight and disagree, find what connects you and me. We are the healers. We renew, restore, and relieve. Tend to those who cry and grieve. Sometimes, when the world is too much, we nurture with breath and touch. We are the storytellers. We sing, we dance, we create art. We bring joy and love, heart to heart. Vibrant murals preserve our past, histories cherished at last. Of the different roles to play, which one feels like you today? You could become a guide like me, showing folks what they could be. We mentor, we advise, we steer, share wisdom, honest and clear. Now that it's clear what we each can do, we want to hear from all of you. What role would you choose? What would you be? How will you support your community? And now we can sing the children upstairs.
As you go. I just love that story. So now it is time for joys and concerns. In the spirit of community, we invite you to share what brings you joy and what weighs on your heart today. After you have shared, please place a rock in the water to represent each joy or concern. And as usual, we will line up on the end aisles. Thank you. And if anybody would like me to bring the microphone to you, please give us a little wave.
Good morning, everyone. I have two joys. Well, I have a multitude of joys, but two specific joys is my eldest granddaughter, who has recently taken a break from her long-term boyfriend anyway, she is in Paris right now. She's taking a true break, and she's got this beautiful little room with an elderly woman's apartment, and that doesn't sound that great, but she is going to have a lovely time. She's going to Brussels and, oh, good grief, I don't know, all the different places that young women would like to go to, walking tours and stuff. My other granddaughter, who recently married last July, is on her way to Hawaii with her husband, and they are duplicating their engagement. So I don't know what that actually means, but anyway, they're married and they're on their way to Hawaii. So God love this family that is so adventurous and willing to share their lives.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
This morning, for better or for worse, I watched Justin Trudeau speak about what is happening now, and I can't shake the concern that it raises in me regarding tariffs. That's my concern. My joy is that I've learned through this community and other sources to replace thoughts of fear or lack or shortcoming with the conviction that good people working together, thinking together, worshiping together, helping each other in community is the most powerful force in the world. So that gives me great joy.
My concern, I'm afraid it's a sorrow. Hope everyone will give a strong thought to all the federal workers who are now being bullied and intimidated. For us, this is very personal. Our daughter works for USAID, which is right on the firing line, one of the agencies most hit. And she was over yesterday for some comfort because she literally gets emails every day that are very bullying. She was holding a team meeting. Her brief right now is to aid to Haiti, and it's not happening. And she was holding a team meeting, and half her staff was, 3 of her staff was fired right in the middle of the meeting. Yesterday, she did not get her paycheck. Since Elon Musk has taken over the payroll, apparently paychecks aren't coming now to at least some people. So she was very upset. We're very concerned about her. We're concerned about people in Haiti and around the world, and we're concerned about what's happening to our government. And for us, it's very real. We hear about it from her every day, how awful it is, and whether she can hold on. Right now, she says they're all resisting, but she says it's really taking a toll. So thank you for your prayers.
Good morning, I'm Tom. I'd like to take a moment to express some appreciation. A couple of weeks ago, I came to church on Sunday morning, and on the door was a sign that said, if you're here for English language classes, go around to the Lamson Street entrance. So I went around to the Lamson Street entrance, and there was a sign that said, Keene Multicultural Center, with an arrow pointing to the Undercroft. I have such deep gratitude for, I know Tina Stevens in particular has worked hard on this, and other people in our church who have made a welcoming space for the Keene Multicultural Center. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Rich, and I just wanted to share a joy for the sun in the mornings that's out. I've been out. We have a new puppy, so I'm forced out into the mornings. And I've just kind of been struck recently by how bright and brilliant the sun is and what a gift it is, especially this time of year where we have a little bit less of it. And there's something kind of amazing about something that sheds so much light and so much warmth that you can't actually look directly at it. And I was just kind of struck by that. It's just too bright even to look directly at. We can only see the things that it shines off of and the things that it reflects on. And something that kind of touched something deep within me too. And so I just wanted to share that. And I also wanted to share my concern that even though we do have this, the bright sun, we have the cold weather, and I am aware that we do have lots of people right around in our town who, as I'm going out in the morning and shivering, thinking I've been inside all night, there's a number of people I know who aren't inside all night. And so that's something that I also kind of hold those two things kind of together, and just thinking about those folks. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Jim, and I got a phone call last night I figured I'd talk to you about. It was one of my daughters, and her little daughter that she put on the screen had a big sister shirt on. So we found out we had another granddaughter coming last night. And I just love that. Keep them coming. We're up to 7, 6 or 7, and more coming.
Hi, my name's Jed. I want to send some appreciation to a song that has helped me for 40 years. That was written about 40 years ago by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie, called "We Are the World." That is a beautiful thing of people coming together that have had a lot, but had a lot of talent, maybe a lot of money, but not doing it for the money, doing it for the poorest people in the world, and really singing from their heart. And it inspired me, and I just want to thank Michael Jackson and the Quincy Jones and other people involved in that for being a good example of something that could happen for good in the world and in helping people. That was about 40 years ago, and I'd like to see more of that. God bless everybody.
In the water? And you can take one as well if you would like.
I have a joy to share. This week, my daughter-in-law, who just married my son here in this spot in August, received notice this week that she has been approved for her green card. So we're tremendously relieved and watching the mail eagerly for her to get her green card. So we're thrilled. And I had an amazing visit with my mother yesterday, who will be 98 in May. And it was just such a rich day.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tina. I just wanted to, I have a joy and a concern. I guess the joy is that we do have the Keene Multicultural Center downstairs, and that many people have helped to get that into fruition, to happen. We are, we're being quiet about it, kind of, so I'm not saying too much, but there are many good things that are happening down there, and but there is also, as we all know, concern about our what could happen. But on the other hand, I know that there are many good people behind this effort, so I am proud that I'm part of that, and I'm proud of the people that have been coming and taking part in our events. And if anybody wants to help out a little bit, we do have a couple of events where we try to have snacks for folks, and I put something in the messenger about that. So you would have to just kind of chat with me individually about when those events would be happening and how you can help. I will also let you know as things keep going along, other things that we might need help with. But I'm just really grateful to this church, and that we're like a beacon, I guess, of light for those people who are on the marginalized edges of our society. And it's been just such a great joy to work with them and to see the wonderful smiles on their faces and their innocence and their eagerness to be part of our community. So thank you all, and that's it for me.
Is there anybody that would like the microphone brought to them? Oh, good. I have a joy. I just wanted to give you an update on our daughter, Carenza. She lives in Asheville, North Carolina, so you can imagine what life's been like for her the last few months. There's been a lot of trials and tribulations. But she purchased a tiny house And she moved in a couple of weeks ago and sent us a picture, and all is well. I'm also going to put one more stone in to represent any of those joys and concerns that were not spoken aloud today. At our service on December 29th, the Gift of Story, Deborah Zagieski shared a writing prompt with our congregation starting with, I am from. Anybody remember that? Yeah? Anybody do it? What? Somebody went like this? No, she did it. Thanks to all of you who accepted this challenge. It's been wonderful reading them, and it's not too late if you still would like this writing prompt. It is, even if you don't share it with anybody, it was a wonderful creative process for me. So today, I'd like to invite Deb McClay and Carol Driscoll to come forward to share their poems. And you can decide which of you is going to go first.
Here I am again. I am from my grandmother's teacups, from red rose and community plate. I am from imperfect plaster walls, smooth yet rough, always cool to the touch. I am from colorful mushrooms, spectacular garden rhubarb, marvels of spontaneity and longevity. I'm from candles in the windows on my birthday and pool blue eyes. From Hunts, Lords, Nickersons, and Grants, generations of Thomases and Ellens. I'm from fast walkers and plate cleaners, from leave a place better than you found it and stand up straight. I'm from the wonders of nature, melodies always in the air. I'm from Waterville and Brits aboard ships. Pie crusts flaky with lard, leftovers reimagined and presented anew. From the great-grandfather who left England at 16 to join the Union Army in America. The grandmother who married, birthed 3 sons, then lost her husband and 2 sons in just 2 days. Another child in her womb. I am from lifetimes lived, preserved on paper and saved as artifacts. Reminders that our journeys are connected.
Okay, I am from the trees, from my real adoptive family and a lone biological tie. I am from the love of Ronald and Jean. Secure, happy, basking in the warmth of a large extended family. I am from the great outdoors, which always clearly called to me to come and just be my divinity. I'm from Sunday rides and visits and going back to St. Johnsbury for holidays. From my grandmother's fried donuts and my grandpa's suspenders. I'm from a slew of great aunts and uncles and from many first cousins once removed. I'm from the skeletons in the closet that stayed in the closet. And manners, respect for my elders, and proper spelling and grammar. From the man in the moon and Carvel ice cream if we were good. I'm from my mother's God and my father's atheism. From licking S&H green stamps and playing in the attic on a rainy day. I'm from chalk houses drawn on the street and pick-up baseball games. From spaghetti, salmon pea wiggle, and beans and hot dogs. I'm from Vermont is where my heart is and Long Island Sound. From an ice-cold nose while sleeping on Uncle Butch's bed in the basement. I'm from 8mm home movies, blinded by those lights, and still watching relatives long gone dance and laugh and show off holiday tables. From a seed and egg I never knew, I grew with love into my beautiful family, my own beautiful life.
Thank you so much, Carol and Deb. Really appreciate that. If anybody wants a copy of the writing prompt, you can talk to me after the service. And now it's time for our offering.
We so appreciate all of the gifts that all of you give to support our church. Now is the time for our offering. If you are new with us, please feel free to pass the plate, as your presence here is a gift enough. If you are home viewing, feel free to send your donation by check or the donate button on our website. I believe that is kuc.org. And for those of you who are here, please give what you will for the church that has meant so much to you, for the church that meant so much to those who came before you, and for the church that will mean so much to people you will never know. Please give what you will, for you are a generous people. And our offertory is the American Spiritual, Wade in the Water.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See that band all dressed in white? God's gonna trouble the water. It must be the band of Israelites. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See that band all dressed in red? God's gonna trouble the water. It must be the ones that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
We dedicate these gifts in service of our mission to actively create compassionate community and work for a fair and peaceful world. And thank you.
So now we are going to turn to our teal hymnal, for hymn number 1059. And Donna is going to give us directions.
Good morning. This is a round. It's in 4 parts. And we are going to have 4 leaders of sections to help you. We'll sing it one time all the way through, and then we'll break into parts. The front part here is part 1, and Dan is going to help lead you. Part 2, Tom is back there. He's probably going to move up a little bit for you. Betty is going to be part 3. Is there a volunteer that can go back and do 4? Lindsay? Okay. We'll sing it one time all the way through, and then we'll sing it twice through as a round. Actually, make it 3 times through as a round, so that's 4. Okay.
Our reading this morning is from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. It is the world that is enlightened, and we who are intermittent. Like radios, we struggle through our static to receive wavelengths that are always there. And being human, we are unable to sustain the clarity necessary to apprehend the magic inherent in everything. So we vacillate from the extraordinary to the ordinary time and time again, and most of us blame the world. It is not surprising then that though we feel intermittently gifted, our gifts are ever present. For enlightenment stems from a clarity of being. Then talent is no more than a clarity of doing, an embodied moment where spirit and hand are one. The chief obstacle to talent, then, is a lapse in being. It is not that people have no talent, but that we lack the clarity to uncover what it is and how it works. Talent, it seems, is energy waiting to be released through an honest involvement in life. But so many of us check whether we have power with the main switch off. The switch being risk, curiosity, passion, and love. With this in mind, happiness can simply be described as the satisfaction we feel when we are in ultimate accord, however briefly, in being and doing. In those unified moments, our purpose is life, and our talent is living in its most immediate detail, be it drying the dishes, or raking the leaves, or washing the baby's hair. So when I can't find my purpose, I beg myself to sit in a field in the sun watching ants in hopes that I will meet my clarity. When I am convinced I have no gifts at all, I implore myself to search for the switch, to try something out of view, to gamble on what is remotely calling. When I lapse between comets, I try to watch fish swim and hear birds glide while I trudge out of sync. And in a tremor of faith, I know that if I don't try at all, it will return as surely and swiftly as light fills a hole. Now let us share a time of meditation. Center yourself and bring to mind the last time you experienced your being and doing as one. It might have been while shoveling or gardening or listening to music. Breathe slowly and think of this ability to experience oneness, however briefly, as one of your talents. Try during your day to apply this talent once.
Thank you so much, Barbara. I've got to admit to feeling nervous today. It's a piece of honesty for you. And it's probably because I'm quite good, you could say even as a talent of mine, to read the words of others. I am an actress and I can read lots of words of others, and usually quite well. But when it comes to writing myself, that doesn't come so easily. But I realize I'm going to be asking all of you, all of us, to step up, find our edge, and so that's what I've been doing. I do appreciate your patience and your goodwill. I got to tell you, I am incredibly inspired by what's been going on this church year. So many new faces, families, viewpoints, hopes and dreams, and of course, talent. Now, I'm sure no one out there would consider themselves without talent. But on the off chance you do fall into that category, consider the definition in the Oxford Dictionary. Talent, natural aptitude or skill. Now, I grew up with very talented siblings. One was a gifted musician, a music teacher's dream with an embouchure to die for. He really knew how to blow that trumpet. My other brother was an amazing soccer player. I really envied his collection of medals. I did come close to earning a medal for the hurdles once, but I was a fraction of a second behind an annoyingly tall, long-legged athlete. My younger sister had been assigned her special star before she was even 5 years old. She was the dancer in the family. I was to discover that I was the creative one. I mean, how generic is that? I wanted to be brilliant at something. Mainly because of a fierce tenacity to be at peace with myself, I have learned to stop looking for that special star on which to hang a label of excellence and seek from within. When I only do things I'm really good at, I miss out on a world of possibility. Everyone's creativity manifests in its own unique way. We all shine when we allow ourselves to, and our specific specialties and viewpoints are needed. I'm more interested in tuning into what makes me feel alive, connected, and part of something bigger than myself, part of this community. In his book, Let Your Life Speak, Listening for the Voice of Vocation, writer, teacher, and activist Palmer states, the word vocation is rooted in the Latin for voice. Vocation does not mean a goal that I pursue, it means a calling that I hear. Before I can tell my life what I want to do with it, I must listen to my life telling me who I am. Vocation does not come from willfulness, no matter how noble one's intentions. It comes from listening and accepting true self with its limits as well as its potentials. Sharing stories of frailty and strength, of darkness, of light. As we live more deeply into the selfhood that is our birthright gift, we find not only personal fulfillment, we find communion with others and ways of serving the world's deepest needs. More recently, I try to focus less on doing what I do well, but on doing what I feel passionate about. During the COVID era, originally through the necessity of keeping my job and not falling into an isolated pit of despair, my involvement with KUUC deepened because I needed this community. I needed it to be here for me. Now, of course, for you, but really for me. I was thinking of me first. I learned skills I didn't think I could. In the last 3 years or so, I have been gifted with a multitude of opportunities to be creative. And yes, I appreciate my own unique brand of creativity, and I do hope you feel the same way about yours. Many tasks I take on are quite unglamorous. One of my gifts is noticing the accumulation of clutter and finding a home for it. I'm very handy with a carpet sweeper and have a knack for finding things that apparently others cannot. I am also on the worship committee, despite the fact that a former mantra of mine was, I don't do committees. Well, I do this one because it allows me to do things I feel passionate about. And I get to sing in the choir, which makes me happy. I've been blessed with a multitude of opportunities to do things that feed me spiritually and emotionally. And my contribution, along with all the others offered by our generous volunteers, ensures that KUUC is here for all of us and for those that have not yet discovered us. I want you to know that I'm not always eager to show up. Sometimes I feel drained, and quite honestly, I just want to check out. More often than not, it's because I've not allowed myself to recharge and have said yes when it might have been better for me to say no. I'm sure no one here can relate to that. Knowing my limits and having clear boundaries about what I'm willing to do is my responsibility, not the person asking. At today's workshop, after the service, you'll have an opportunity to talk about what's important to you at KUC and what passions, talents, and gifts you might be willing to share with us. As Mark Nepo said, many of us check whether we have power with the main switch off, the switch being risk, curiosity, passion, and love. So do make sure your switch is turned on and come join us after the service. Please stand as you are able for our last hymn, number 318, We Would Be One. I'd like to invite Deborah to come forward and extinguish the chalice. And you will find the words in your order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of a community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and share with the world until we are together again. The words for our leave-taking today are by Margaret Wheatley. Ask what's possible, not what's wrong. Keep asking. Notice what you care about. Assume that many others share your dreams. Be brave enough to start a conversation that matters. Talk to people you know. Talk to people you don't know. Talk to people you never talk to. Be intrigued by the differences you hear. Expect to be surprised. Treasure curiosity more than certainty. Invite in everybody who cares to work on what's possible. Acknowledge that everyone is an expert about something. Know that creative solutions come from new connections. Remember, you don't fear people whose story you know. Real listening always brings people closer together. Trust that meaningful conversations can change your world. Rely on human goodness. Stay together. I'm going to end the service with our postlude on the sunny side of the street. Oh, no, that's right. We've got something else.
Not yet, Donna. And Carl. Okay. So, I'm Deb McClay. I have a special announcement to make. Before we scare away any newcomers today, let me just say that you will have an exciting and interesting coffee hour at a table set up for new or feeling new folks. Just a getting to know you time with me, KUC's official social butterfly, guiding the discussion. We have quite a few newer people, so if that seems like the best fit for you, please join me. For everyone else, we have something very special planned for our coffee hour today. As Lindsay previously said, we will be discussing our hopes and dreams for KUC and how we are living out our mission statement. Some questions were sent out to you previously in an e-blast to give you time to think about them. We will also be thinking about ways we can be of service within our KUC community. You may or may not have noticed a colored circle on your order of service. We have 2 orange tables set up, 2 green tables, 2 pink tables. Carol Mills and Hope Therian will be keeping our RE Religious Exploration youth in the Alliance room upstairs with their own refreshments, activities, and questions to ponder. For those of you watching from home, if you wish to respond to the questions that were sent out via e-blast, please email Susan at office@kuc.org. We have hearty snacks, coffee, and tea set up, so please, after our postlude, take a few minutes to get yourself some refreshments and choose a seat at a corresponding colored table. Let's have some fun and dream some big dreams for KUC's future.
Thank you.